You think you know me? American dream. He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's just a common man, working hard for the man. Hey, he's American dream. Hey, he's American dream. If you are black or white, redneck, funky, that's alright. Blue-eyed with a lot of soul, common man has got his gold.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the reality of wrestling with me, your rated R revolutionary rockin' and and of course we changed things up because, as we know, this past Thursday, perhaps one of the saddest moments in wrestling history, the one, the only legendary American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, passed away. Big Dust, we're going to miss you down here, bro. We're going to miss you down here, man. And we're going to miss your knowledge. We're going to miss your experience. It's just like a whole lot of stuff I want to get into. But let's introduce the fellas. And as always, the leader of the revolution, coming to you live and direct from Los Angeles, California, the one, the only, the legendary El.CIBERNETICO.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Rest in peace, Dusty Rhodes. We'll see you again soon.
All right, and then of course let's bring in the rest of the crew. We have Tom Brady's number one fan, the one, the only Mr. Rowe.
What up? R.I.P. Dusty, you're gonna miss you, brother. Son of a plumber. I love that song, son of a plumber.
Okay. Also, I believe we got there's TM on the line as well.
Yes, sir. TM Hick.
Yeah, Mr. Hick. TM, what's good?
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
All right, yeah. You want to give a shout out to the Dream one time?
Absolutely. Rest in peace, American Dream, the son of a plumber, and everybody's American Dream, the man himself, Dusty Rhodes.
Right. Joe, who else do we have on?
And last but not least, all the way from the Cajun town, I believe you call it that, my bad, T5. What's going on, T5?
Whoa, now what's happening, folks? R.I.P. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, hard times, baby.
Yeah. And matter of fact, yeah, now, see, we got to get a little beat off the chest here for a moment. Because, you see, last week on the show, we called out Mr. Friday Night, Mr. Revolutionary Honest Doug Barrett. But, yeah, Doug apparently too busy knocking up Zelda and whatnot or something, because we put out an invitation to him, but, yeah, so he could defend himself. But, yeah. He's wound up more missing than LeBron James in the finals last week.
Oh, God.
Yo, Cleveland, you can send that at Rockeries at rockeries@gmail.com. All right, anyway.
No, fuck that. You can send that to my email. Fuck that shit. I'll take the heat on that one.
Thanks.
I think he got nervous. He found out I was going to be on the air tonight, so he got scared again.
So what did you say to him, that he went and ran away with the Nestle Quick Bunny? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're both right now getting a diabetes test. So from all that Nestle Quick he's indulging in. I just want to say, Reese, because of that issue between me and Doug a few months ago, and my rant I did on him. I think he's kind of calmed down on his words and his actions because of what happened between me and him, and the night that I exploded on him.
That's what she said.
Oh, you talking about the during the United States title match? I remember that shit. That shit was funny.
And don't worry, I exploded on her last night. She's all good to go, bro.
Oh wow! La 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 la.
Oh, that
Muted.
oh, Lord. On that note, we gonna keep this a little nicer on today's show because because we gotta talk on the dream because I can't do another topic tonight. Yeah, y'all. What were your thoughts? And Tim, I'm gonna start with you. What were your thoughts last Thursday when that news broke out about Dusty passing away? Like
that. That's on a personal level, personal note, and all that. It kind of hit me kind of hard because many of you guys know I'm one of the older guys here, and I watched Dusty Rhodes, wrestle down south in the Mid-Atlantic, Florida, and NWA, Mid-South Wrestling, and all that. Dusty Rhodes to me at the time was the man that every kid down south looked up to. Not just every little fat kid, not just every kid looked up to Dusty Rhodes. The man, when he did his promos, he spoke from the heart, even though he said he did. He spoke from the heart on stuff that was, going on in his life and then around the world, but he put it into matches. And like I said, the man was magic on the mic. And on the other personal level is when I was a kid, about 10 or 11 years old, my grandfather who raised me was a tow truck driver part-time, and they had a really bad ice storm in Louisiana where I grew up at. He got a call to go out, and he wanted me to go with him, and he actually pulled out of the ditch of a road was Dusty Rhodes, Junkyard Dog, and Ted DiBiase.
Wow.
And Dusty Rhodes, talked like a human. Granted, they were all liberated at the time, which is funny as hell, but they, he said, he was one of the first guys that looked at me and said, he goes, "You're a little small guy." He goes, "Don't ever let go of your dream. Do what you're doing. If you want to wrestle. If you want to work as a plumber, you want to work in a steel factory, do it to your abilities." And on Thursday when I saw that, it was kind of a cumbersome move. It kind of hit home. It's like you lost a family member. You lost a family member, no matter what color, race, anything. The world knew Dusty Rhodes. People who were not even wrestling fans knew the name, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Everything, even from his days in the 70s in the WWF, where they had the card between them and, with him and Superstar, which are some of the greatest matches ever, and up until his return to the WWE and his polka dots. The man can do anything in that ring, and it's still heartbreaking. It's still kind of surreal that he's not around. You always expect to see him on NXT, no matter they're taped or not. You always expect to see him backstage with people taking pictures with him, and it's kind of like, wow, he's actually gone. He's gone, and it's still heartbreaking to me on a personal level. It's still heartbreaking.
And man, I think I'm going to take this one because I don't think I can let anybody. Yeah, because I don't know if anybody else will follow that one up or not. But dude, when I saw that news actually the first place I saw it was actually in the RWS group, and I was like, at first, I was almost frozen. I was almost expecting this to be a hoax, and then like when I saw later WWE actually confirmed it. It's just like, yeah, I would say this. Like, Joe often calls me, like, the encyclopedia group, but I was like, Dusty Rhodes, to me, was the encyclopedia. He was not an encyclopedia. He was also, like, your history. He was also, like, one of your, like, history books when it came to wrestling, because there wasn't a man that he didn't fight, a promotion he didn't wrestle in, or a place that he didn't like really get over. And that was like, and you just lost so many stories, and it's like for those who got a chance to meet him, it was, yeah, I consider them very lucky. For those who are like myself and didn't get a chance to meet him, that was like something if I would even just had 2 minutes, I could have considered that like a treasure, because I got to talk to somebody who pretty much became part of the game before wrestling hit the big boom, and then when it did, it just became even bigger. And one of the things that transcended Dusty Rhodes is that he didn't also just appeal to white men and women. He also appealed to black men and women too, Latino men and women, Asian men and women. He bridged everybody. He connected everybody to the point, like how many would say the Junkyard Dog did later on in the WWF. And Dream, brother, I'm gonna miss you, and I just wish we could have you one more time down here and cutting up some of the most amazing promos ever. I'm gonna go Row.
Yo.
Yeah.
When I saw the news, I immediately went to Wikipedia, and I was just like, wow. Then what really confirmed it when I saw I don't know if y'all friends with him on Facebook, Elijah Burke, the Pope. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and he cut a video, and he was crying, and it's and it really hit wow, this man is really gone, and and I'm it's still unreal, because he was so just down to earth, and what you saw in the ring, what you saw out of the ring, it wasn't he really wasn't a gimmick. It was all just him. And then just to see that gone, it's hard. It's still unreal. That's all I really got,
All right. C5.
Man, bro, Thursday I was just chilling. I just got you running some errands, and I got a text from one of my boys who told me that, man, you heard about Dusty? And I was like, nah, bro, what? What's up? So when I finally got inside and I went and checked Facebook, it was all over Facebook, and I was like, nah, bro, you joking, dog? What? You joking, man? Now turn around, went on Facebook, and that confirmed it. With Facebook, you gotta take it, with a grain of salt sometimes, because they be killing. They don't kill Jackie Chan about 15 million times. They don't kill, Axl Rose and stuff. So I'm like, man, let me go double check. And WWE confirmed it, and that's when I was like, dang, nah, bro. This dude was just on NXT and some other stuff, and everybody was taking pictures with everybody backstage and stuff, and now he's gone just like that. And it was hard, because that's the dude I grew up on. Like Hicks said, that's the cat I grew up on Mid-South. Back in the day when I was maybe 4 or 5, we used to always go by my grandma's house, and she was a huge hardcore fan. Big Mama was a hardcore wrestling fan. Jerry the King, Dusty, Flair, and them. And Dusty was her dude. So when I grew up watching that, sitting on the carpet, I grew up with Dusty Rhodes. That's the cat, one of the first cats I grew up on. That's one of the first cats that got me into liking wrestling. So if it wasn't for Dusty, then I would not be a wrestling fan. Between Dusty and Flair, so I grew up on this cat for years and years and stuff, and I found out Gold Dusters and stuff. I was like, oh, son of a bitch, that's his what? And Cody came along and everything, and I was like, man, there's some stuff, man. Look at this, man. He continued to give back to the thing about it. He continued to give back to the wrestling community, not just in the ring but backstage. And he touched so many people. You seen, you heard so much outpouring, not just the WWE cats, but former WWE people, former WCW, ECW, IndyCat. He touched so many people that have a Dusty story that said they were inspired by him. That's how they pattern they in the ring, or that's how they pattern their promos and stuff, or that's who got them into wrestling. He done touched so many people, whether you are in the business or out the business. And to this day, he's still influencing people. Backstage on NXT, influencing dudes. And I mean, it just hit the wrestling community hard. And me personally, it hit hard, 'cause like I said, that's one of the first cats I gravitated to. And still to this day, Fowler, man, like I used to always love doing the Dusty impersonation. That was my dude right there. And man, it's just crazy. You can't believe it, you know.
And
That's all I got right there.
So, what were your thoughts?
Man, well, you know what? I got a little surprise for y'all. So, started looking around through Facebook and shit. I said, "Lad, which one of you fools hasn't called into the damn reality show in such a long time? Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and make some noise for the most controversial guy in RGW history." Not yet. Just kidding, that's me. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the Sandstorm. What's going on, Charles?
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Chilling, sir, chilling.
Hey.
Hey, Charlie, do you want to talk about what were your thoughts firstly about the Dream?
Yeah, give me a sec.
He's relaxing, putting his feet up, smoking the
Like
bowl.
I absolutely agree with my homeboy there. You know, Dusty got it all. You know, I grew up watching him. I grew up watching Randy Savage. You know, and someone told me that Randy Savage passed. I was like, no way. You know, and it's like when reality hits and you know they're gone, it's like, what to do now? You know, it was Randy Savage, then the Warrior, Dusty. And it was completely crazy, you know. I didn't even. I couldn't even figure it out, you know. It's like, why are these wrestlers who's given so much dying so quickly? And like that one guy said, you know, growing up with them, that's all I wanted to do since I grew up. Ever since the age of 5, that's all I wanted to do. And now I see the reality, you know. I mean, you have people like Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, all these other great wrestlers who have given up so much to do what they love. And they die doing it, too. That's what I believe. I don't know if anybody else does, but if you have such a profession where the people love you for abusing your body, giving your body day in and day out, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, traveling without family, friends, that's just the hardest thing to ever do.
Indeed.
And you just like drilled that one home on that one, especially considering Dusty for over like 30 some odd years to boot. Yeah, Joe?
Man, dude, like, when I woke up that morning, I was like, dude, you guys are bullshitting, right? You guys are going to be like, made you look at those, those websites that take you to some other bullshit, some porn. Paul Martin. No, I'm just kidding.
Martin.
Yeah, man, no, I really thought somebody was joking around putting some bullshit up like that. I mean, just like Charles said, we just lost, Warrior and stuff, and it's like back-to-back of years. Like, who next year? Who else is next? It asks you that question, who else is next? But, hey, seriously, though, I mean, Dusty Rhodes is one of those guys that just, like T5 said, made you watch and sit down and, like, you want more. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I did not know too much about Dusty, but I'll say this. He made me go watch more shit. Luckily, back in the day, there was this thing called, see, kids, back in the day, there was this thing called a video store where you would walk in and rent a video for $1.50. Pop it into your VCR and watch it. But you have to rewind it, though. You got to rewind it, yes. You have to sit there and rewind something back. Anyways, fast forward. Thanks to that video store, I'll admit, Blockbuster, I got to see Dusty Rhodes versus Magnum TA, Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes versus the whole entire Four Horsemen. Man, there's so much you could say about Dusty, but dude, he was one of those guys that just literally, like T5 said, it made you want to sit down and watch the damn fucking show. But it's a tragedy, man. It's a tragedy. He's gone.
And then of course, going back around, I was like, when you think of Dusty Rhodes, you always think of like the legendary matches he's had with the, as you just brought up, like against Ric Flair, against the Horsemen, where he teamed and fought against the Road Warriors. You think about it as, I think Charles just mentioned the feud he had in the WWF with Randy Savage.
Right.
And just like so many others facing Harley Race for the World Championship. And of course, you think about all the promos that Dusty cut over the years, and it was like, and you wonder how one man, and I think Dusty Rhodes pretty much played this same character. And I like to get on, for people that talk about people being stale or whatever, Dusty Rhodes was pretty much the same character for over 25 years, and he could still, at the snap of a finger, just turn it on. He never changed, but yeah, he still could get a whole room captivated, even if it was dead 2 seconds prior to that. As soon as he opened his mouth, he had you in the palm of his hand. And just let them go around one time real quickly. Nick, I want to start off with you. Favorite Dusty promo and favorite match or feud, whichever you want to choose off of that.
But I definitely agree with him. When Dusty Rhodes spoke, you listen.
And what's your favorite either match or feud that he was in?
Who, me?
Yes,
I'm sorry. Sorry, the phone was away. Excuse me. I gotta say it. One of my favorite of all-time matches, Dusty Rhodes, which is little guy, and you see it a lot on TV now. And it, like I said, El said, now you can go to the WWE Network. I want you to pull up his series of matches against Superstar Billy Graham. That man, Dusty Rhodes, single-handedly sold out Madison Square Garden. That it wasn't even the main event that night. Flair was the main event that night. Dusty sold out the mecca of all wrestling arenas in Madison Square Garden. You had rednecks driving from Florida all the way up in their trucks to go to New York to see Dusty Rhodes fight. That feud with him and Superstar Billy Graham was absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal, that feud between them. And McMahon always refused to put that WWF belt on him. He just refused. Senior refused it, not just Vincent, but Senior did. One of my favorite promos, and I know everybody's going to say it, the Hard Times promo was absolutely gorgeous when he did that. But my favorite promo from Dusty Rhodes is when he did his alter ego, the Midnight Rider, and he had his mask on. And if you don't believe me, it actually does on YouTube. Look it up and listen to what he says about putting himself behind a mask. Because he thought he was going stale with the Dusty Rhodes gimmick. So he put himself behind a mask. And granted, later on, not even 6 weeks later, that got destroyed, because of what they went with it. But the Dusty Rhodes Midnight Rider promo to me, where he was sitting around a campfire with horses around him and stuff, and what he said was like I said, he said in his mind he thought that Dusty came to him and told him, "You're getting stale. It's time for the Midnight Rider to come out." And that was a beautiful thing. But any promo, any time that you put a mic near Dusty Rhodes' mouth, God, oh Lordy, like T5 said, and we're all saying, The man sucks you in. And thank God for DVRs and all that now, because you hit the rewind button every time. Him and Stephanie McMahon, when they got in their little bit that time, I swear to God, I think I broke the DVR that time, rewinding what Dusty was saying to her. And you just never, ever stopped. You stopped what you're doing to listen to what Dusty said, period. I don't care what you were in the middle of, no matter what. Dusty Rhodes was on, you stopped. But the Midnight Rider one to me was the most absolutely gorgeous promo that he ever did.
Nice.
All right. Thanks. Let me go to T5. Favorite match or feud, then favorite promo.
I'm gonna go off the beaten path on this one, because this is like one of the ones that just see, because I'm kind of watching ROH while I'm on here, and Steve Corino does commentary for ROH. And I remember when Dusty had his feud with Steve Corino when he was the king of old school back in ECW. And they had the bull rope match. And I was like, man, you still got it, you know? But even before they even started the "you still got it" chant, I was like, man, you still got it. And I loved it. It was entertaining, because like at the time, like Steve Corino was a super huge prick and nobody liked him. And Dusty was Dusty. Like I said, Dusty was my dude. So you got the cat that nobody liked versus my dude, and I loved it. So I'm gonna go with that one right there. Out of all of them, even though it can go back to like some of the greatest matches back in his early days, I'm gonna go with that one right there.
Right.
And as for promos, like, I know it's like the popular one and everything to say, but the Hard Times promo, like, especially if you from the South or whatever, you could definitely, anybody can identify with it. But the Hard Times promo, especially if you're from the South, you could definitely identify with that. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there thinking, you know, it's wrestling, It's actually like, man, this cat know the struggle. This cat know what I'm talking about. You know? And if you were somebody that just happened to be just flicking channels or whatever, and you hear this promo, you'd be like, damn, dude know what I'm going through. Who is this cat? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it still resonates to this day. That's the trip part. It still resonates to this day. That you know the struggle. This cat knows the struggle, and that's like I know it's the popular promo to say, but you know that's the truth for me, man. The Hard Times promo, that's the truth.
All right, Ro.
And it's hard because, like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably the youngest cat in here, so I really, you know, I watched Dusty, but I didn't grow up on him, so I don't know, like, what matches to look for and stuff like that. You know, I don't know what promotion to look for promos, but I would say, like, when I looked at one promo, it was the plumber promo. I liked that one. That was a good one. I liked that one. The plumber commercial, I'll say that was a good one. I'm sorry. Please don't bash me.
No, that's all right.
Hey, he's being honest. Fuck it.
As far as matches, and then do you have a match at least you can remember?
No, because like I said, I didn't grow up. You know, I'm born in '87. Like most of y'all probably was born in like what, 80, 82. You know,
82.
86.
Yeah,
Okay.
so like by the time I'm getting into wrestling, I'm like, you know, 10, 11 years old. You know,
Right.
WWE on. You know, WWF on. So you know, I didn't have a chance to. I'm not you, Reese. I'm not Mr. Encyclopedia.
I'll give you that one. Charles.
I think the promo, like he said, I didn't watch a lot of Dusty Rhodes, but I do like the one that he did with Stephanie. He told Stephanie what was on his mind straight up.
Yes, he did.
And I got to go over that one. And then and I'll take it out no match for you as well.
Charles said, "Wait, I'm looking for it on YouTube."
Yeah. All right, Joe, would you have a match or promo?
Damn, I shouldn't be laughing at these guys, but yeah, I'm on the same boat. The only one I can think of promo wise is I'll be honest, when he debuted in WWE, well, WWF at the time with the whole polka dots, and I was like, why is this guy always pretending to be something? I remember he showed up as a plumber, he showed up as a milkman, as a pizza delivery guy, as a garbage man. I'm like, what the hell? Who is this guy? And then finally, I finally realized what the fuck he was doing. But yeah, that was pretty good. But my favorite match would have to be, of course, Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes, Steel Cage. I don't remember the year or date, so don't ask.
1984, Starcade.
Oh, they probably had
Thank you, sir.
They probably had a few of them over the years, but yeah, that was probably their most memorable. That Starcade one. All right, and then all right, I guess I got.
Thanks, Reese. Of course, Reese will know that, Mr. Cycle. Because Reese, they had a few. And of course, TM. Growing up being a wrestler, of course, TM would know that.
Dude, he was there front row.
Now front row, damn that he was on commentary.
Damn. Pick on the old man. That's how it is.
Let me see what the hell is my pro. I'm gonna reverse this and go with the match first. Since everybody had said some good ones, but I'm gonna go on a different route, especially now that everybody's passed away in this match except for maybe a ref. WrestleMania 6, the first ever mixed tag, which featured Macho King at the time, Randy Savage, and of course Queen Sherry, going up against Dusty and Sweet Sapphire, and of course, in their corner, Miss Elizabeth. And just for me, like, what made this match was, of course, whenever Elizabeth showed up, I was like, Sherry was already irate as it was, and then so was Savage, and then just like the whole interaction, the whole thing, and it was like, usually a mixed tag match doesn't always go over as well, but I gotta admit, they pulled it off. They pulled it off, even told a story within between it, and it was like, yeah, the common folks take down the royal couple and whatnot, and I admit that was a hell of a match, and of course, for favorite Dusty promo on this one, yeah, I gotta admit, because of my favorite line of this, I wined and dined with kings and queens, and I slept in the alley and dined on pork and beans. Because I was like, Dusty just had so much stuff on with that one. And then I'm gonna actually throw in the second one, was actually when he showed up in WCW back in '94, and Dustin was getting jumped by Colonel Parker on the stud stable all of a sudden, and then Dusty comes up, takes out Terry Funk, Arn Anderson, Bunkhouse Buck, and all them, and then you see, then he brings up the family issues, talking about, like, Dustin, I kind of neglected you when you were a kid because I was out on the road doing my thing and whatnot. And it's like, that was, if you ever get a chance to watch that promo, that was one of the first times you actually saw family bring real life into a storyline, and just the pop that crowd gave at the end of it was just like something amazing to witness, because you're saying, like, yeah, father and son, like, reconciling in the past, and it's like, now that Dusty being on the road now he understood what his dad was going through. So it's like, definitely. And now that I brought up the kids, that now leads me to a final thing I'm going to get up before we get off of here. What do you guys think now? Do Dustin and Cody, like, do you think the Goldust Stardust gimmicks, do they wrestle themselves, or both of them want to take some time off? what do you think's going to happen now with the two of them? And I'm going to start with Ro on this one.
I think they're gonna take some time off. I think that's probably one of the reasons why you haven't seen them, and like you know, like well, you haven't seen Dusty. I mean, you haven't seen Goldust, since like WrestleMania or whatever. But like I think Cody, I would like to see Cody come back as himself, honestly, now, and just try to get that brass ring, do what your father would live in your father, how they kind of did Ray with, Eddie.
Yeah.
Be that guy. Do it. Do it for your father, man.
All right. Go to T5.
First of all, I want to say personally, I wish they would have continued the Goldust Stardust feud into WrestleMania, because that's what everybody wanted. That's what everybody thought they was going to do. I wish they would have went ahead and did that. That way, that would have made this whole transition a little bit easier. That would have been a nice feud right there. It would have been like one of the only feuds that made sense in that whole WrestleMania card, but that's neither here nor there. Personally, I think they're probably going to take a little time off because, it's pretty hard, especially when, Dusty was such a fixture backstage and everything, So you used to, not only are you used to, having your dad, at work, but you used to seeing them, around all the time, at home or at work and stuff, and, it's going to take some used to, So they're probably going to take a little downtime off. As for back in the ring, I'd like to see Cody come back minus the Stardust. As gangster the Stardust gimmick was, I'd like to see him come back minus Stardust and them. I mean, he's been taking for the longest. He's been taking some of these gimmicks and making, like you said, chicken shit out of chicken salad. I mean, chicken salad out of chicken shit. I mean, dude, seriously. He took Stardust and he nailed it. And nobody thought he would. Dashing Cody Rhodes. I love Dashing Cody Rhodes. And he nailed that. So, I mean, let this dude come back. He showed he has the charisma to do it. His in-ring is good. Let him come back as him. And like you said, like the whole, Ray after, Eddie passed away. Let him climb that ladder and see what happens. See if he'll give him the ball and see if he'll run with it.
And, let's go, Joe.
Yes, sir. T5 said it best. Hey, man, stealing all my answers tonight. But, yeah, dude, give him some time. Let him chill out, That's simple.
And then, are you also with the agreement that come back just as Cody, like no Stardust?
On that one, I will say that, believe it or not, I actually like Phantom of the Opera Cody. I don't know what you want to call him. That.
Yeah.
I guess you call him Phantom of the Opera Cody. That Cody Rhodes where he just starts talking into his own version of the Phantom of the Opera was sick to me. That was some great work he did.
And let me go to TM.
I think, I believe they're going to Cody and Goldust taking time off because of an injury anyway. But I think giving them, I think McMahon and the WWE is doing the right thing by giving them the time off they need. But here's my thought. Everybody on the Eddie and when Eddie passed away, what Ray was doing, how Chavo had his gimmick going at the time and changed it back to Chavo. I would love for at least 1 week on Raw, SmackDown, Superstars, and hell, even on NXT. Cody Rhodes has the list. Cody Rhodes can do the mic skills like his dad for 1 week give him the American Dream. Give him the American Dream gimmick. Give him his dad's gimmick for 1 week. Don't have to put the man in polka dots, but like we said, Cody Rhodes can probably pull it off if they put him in polka dots. He got everything that his dad has in the speaking ability. Like we said, when he does his when he does the Stardust thing, his shit's weird and freaky and love the hell out of it. When he did Dashing Cody Rhodes, everybody hated him, but he pulled it off. He's got that list, and if they would let that list go like Dusty had and give him at least 1 week of bringing back the American Dream. For a week, like I said, because Chavo did it there for a while, you know, with Eddie and stuff like that, doing Eddie's thing. Let him come back and do it for that 1 week and watch the fans enjoy the hell out of it. But keeping it, but then going back, because the Stardust gimmick I absolutely freaking love. I think that's phenomenal. The blowing of the glitter, the jumping on the guardrails and shit like that. He's phenomenal. Like you said, he can take anything and make it work. So hell, look, he fucking worked with Hardcore Holly and won the tag belt. You know, he can work with anybody, so to speak. But that's what I would like to see. You know, that because he was Dusty was such a fixture in the WWE, WCW, and like I said, Ring of Honor and ECW. The ECW match between Serena was phenomenal. That is on the WWE Network. That match is on the WWE Network. Just let them go at it. Give them their time because they're going to need their time. Trust me, they're going to need their time because the boys, they both just lost their dad. You know, and I think that's what a lot of people need to realize. You know, we lost the American Dream. They lost their dad. You know, but let Cody come back and channel that American Dream for at least a week and come out to his theme, come out to everything, and let him just run matches like his dad did for that week and watch the pop that he gets. Watch it. But that's just my own personal, and that's all I got to say.
Charles, I totally dig that idea, you know, because Cody, like you said, he's done like so many gimmicks and he's really good with it. What I think they should do is have Stardust and Goldust actually be like general managers for a Raw show. I think that would be pretty cool, but for their future, nobody really knows since their father passed away, and we lost a really great wrestler. Nobody really knows their future for them except for themselves, so it's really hard to tell.
You know, I'm actually going to go on a different route with this after they had their time off. I'm going to say this, like, both boys, like, just be Dustin and Cody, like, no Goldust, Stardust, and yada yada. But with Cody, I'm actually going to say not the American Dream. I would say if I was Dustin, I'd tell him, I want you to take off what I should have had, but wasn't. But like I let my success go to the head. I would have let him. I actually like to see Cody as the natural more than the American Dream, and it's like because, as everybody said, Cody's got the skills, and I had to admit he kind of reminded me a lot of Dustin when Dustin first started off in the business. But then, like I said, I think with Dustin he kind of had like the success get to his head a little bit, and then of course he had like his marriage issues going on at the time, and I know that kind of like messed him up a little here and there too. But it's like I'm thinking Cody can definitely pull off where we thought Dustin maybe should have been if he didn't have like all his personal demons with him as well. And it's like, because the Rhodes boys, they definitely got what it takes to be like, if not main event level, then they're like right on that cusp, like semi-main event, and then they could flip-flop like between main event and then second to last match on the card. They can definitely pull it off, and I'd love to see Cody and them do that real quick. But yeah, final thought. I want to do something a little different. I want to let Joe close us off with our final thought of the day on this one.
All right, man. What you want to hear? What you want to hear, guys? What you...
Yeah, just like wrap us up and like give us something only the dream would do, or say or something. I don't know.
Dang, you're going. I'm like over here like T5, tag me in.
I believe.
I'll let T5 take the final shot.
Oh, jeez. Man, y'all put a cat on the spot. Man.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Reese.
Final shot. I love Dusty Rhodes on WCW Nitro commentary. Like the back and forth between him, Brain, Shivani, and all of them was great. It was some of the best stuff, man. I like the dude. Let me say, you put a microphone on him, dude could do no wrong.
Yeah, that's right. We got collaborating going on until Tony Shivani. I had to throw that one in there before we went off. Oh my God. Oh, sorry, T5.
He said none.
What?
And
Tag EL.CIBERNETICO.
Oh crap! Never mind.
Sorry. Oh man, but yeah, T5, were you done, bro?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Ooh. I forgot.
Oh man, sorry, I was actually like trying to walk here, but I just want to thank Charles, want to thank TM, thank you, bro, thank you T5, thank you Joe for such an amazing show. America Dream, Dusty Rhodes, we could throw them bionic elbows. We're gonna have the clubbering going on, and as always, America Dream, and you may be up in heaven, but the dream will still live on. Until next time, this is the Reality of Wrestling. I'm Rockin' Reese. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, make sure you join us each and every week here on the RWF. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at RWF Media. Follow us on Facebook, Revolution Wrestling Fans, the name of the group. And make sure you always check out, we got Shoot from the Hip with Rob and Bernie tomorrow. Revolution Honors with Andrew and Mr. Invisible Doug on Fridays. As always, Mondays we'll have the Raw recap. Tuesdays we got Face Off, and of course I'll be back next Wednesday with another Reality of Wrestling. Make sure you also call the number 559761300, access 742-021#. It looks like a little hashtag. You got to pound it to get in. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Thank you very much, and good night, everybody out in public, if you will.
American dream. He's just a common man.